was the one that I wanted up across out of the way a little bit, just because it's quite a bushy one. Actually, no, I'm going to go with that one there. Let's try you. That's better. I'm actually not sure about that piece because it's a bit too wild. I might go back and have a look at that in a second, but for now, I'm going to keep this going with the bits that I do like the look of. Oh, that was the one that had that nice shape that I like, so I'm going to put you, oh, perfect, yeah, that one there. So I'm going to spin that one around, so a couple more bits of wire on that one, and then I'll add that one there, because that's got a nice shape on the bottom. Let's spin that one. That's a nice one as well. Oh yeah. Two more bits of wire. So now I have 9, so actually I'm probably just about right in saying for this that I probably need about 12. So that's how we're looking so far. Wired it all on. I'm pleased with that shape and the way that it's sweeping round with all the bits of detail in it. But obviously I have a bit of a gap. Now when you get towards the end of yours, you might find that you have a bit of a gap somewhere, but don't stop immediately, because you might find that that gap comes in really handy as a space to add your ribbon in. So sometimes I will leave a little gap if I do want to have a big ribbon. So don't worry if you do have a gap and you haven't made extra bunches, because it might be the case that that gap comes in really handy. So I'm going to make a couple more now to go along the bottom, and then we'll see how it all looks. So I've made a few more bunches now, 4 more in total. So I'm going to make a start with those and just see how they look on what I've made so far. I'm going to put that one. So I've kept the wire attached to just add these extra ones on. So hopefully now this is going to take it right the way around. Let's see, I don't want to cover that bit up too much, so I'm going to go for something a bit lighter. Oh, I knew that one that I wasn't sure about would come in handy at some stage. Glad I kept hold of it and didn't take it all apart. Okay, and then onto this one here. That one in. And this one here as well. So actually in the end I've decided now to just add in one more bunch, because I feel like it needs it. So I'm going to push that back into there. So I've just got the one more bunch in there. And then I've got a tiny little gap, but I'm going to use that tiny little gap as a space for my ribbon. And then I'm going to just tie this off now. So what I do is I just wrap it around a couple of times, and then bend the wire into the frame again as I did to begin with. Snip that with the wire cutters, and then now I'm pleased with that. There we go. That's how that's looking. Yeah, it's got some nice texture, and yeah, it's nice. I like it. So hopefully you're at a similar stage now where you've done your base, and once you're happy with that and everything's wired together and tied up, we can start looking at all the accessories to add in. So I'll give you a few minutes now, so maybe you want to go and grab a cup of coffee or a mulled wine or a glass of fizz or something, because the end is in sight now, so we're just doing the final part. So this is the stage now where we start adding in our accessories. So over here I've got some little baubles that I bought, which I think will look nice in here. Let's have a look. Yeah, a little bit of sparkle. I tend to keep things quite subtle with the sparkle, actually, and that's just my taste. So if you want to add in any like little sparkly lights or anything like that, really, little baubles or anything that you have that aren't in your kits, then just feel free to do that. I think this is going to look nice with the odd little bit of sparkle in it, but I don't want to go too mad. But that's just, like I say, that's just my taste and how I like to do it. That's the thing I love about floristry. It's like your own personal expression, and it's a lovely thing to do with your wreaths, to kind of make them exactly how you'd like them to be. Because when you buy them, you don't have as much say over it, do you? So when you can make it yourself, you can put in all the bits and pieces that you really, really love. So this has got lots of little bits of sparkle in. I'm probably going to add in possibly some limes actually, and possibly some orange slices, but the colour tones on this one are kind of telling me maybe orange might be a bit bright, but I might be wrong. I'll put it together and see how it all looks. But use your accessory kits. I tried to keep them with plenty of little bits in for you to use, and coordinating ribbons so that they all look kind of coordinated and pretty. Because the main thing for me is, like I say, I want you to be really, really pleased with what you've made and to be really proud of it. And hopefully you've got all the bits and pieces that kind of enable you to make this and have it looking exactly how you'd really love it to look. Tie this one into here. That's looking like a space. Let's have a look. Have I gone a bit too... I can move them around because they're on wires anyway, so I can move them around if I'm not quite happy. I want them to just look a bit kind of not too not too regimented. Yeah, I'm kind of into that neutral kind of look, and quite a neutral palette, but with colour too, which I realise doesn't make a lot of sense, but there we go. So that's looking nice, and then I'm going to put some bits of lime on. Now these limes can be a bit of a tricky one to get the wire into, but I've started just sort of looping it round and across rather than trying to get it through, because sometimes if you try and get it through the bottom, it just becomes a bit impossible actually to push that into the base. There we go. I'll do one more while I'm just doing the video now. If I can see my, did I put my, don't have any wires. Try these little ones. I'll probably work quite well for this. For my next video, I must make sure that I'm not wearing my squeaky boots. Oh, I can just see that green ribbon now, typical. Oh well, it doesn't matter because I can just wrap it round. Actually, not a bit there. Spin that bit round and see how we're looking. Oh yeah, I do like these lines, you know, and as much as they're a bit of a faff to put them on, I think they're worth a little bit of effort, because they do look really effective and they look really festive. Yeah, I like that. Love that little line. And put this one in as well. There we go. Actually, she says, I think I'm actually going to put in a fifth one, so I should do that before I finish, but there we go. Let me show you how that's looking at the moment. So there we go. So it's got the these little platinum kind of coloured little baubley bits that I've put in. We've got the eucalyptus pods there, the limes, bits of mint, and then obviously the eucalyptus and the spruce base. So there we go. There is a tiny little gap at the bottom, and that's where I'm going to put my bow to finish it all off. So there we go. I'm going to stop this now, and we'll give you a few minutes to catch up and add in your bits, or have a little break, and then we'll get the ribbons on. So I'm going to finish off this wreath now with some of this woolly ribbon, just because I like the texture of it, and I think the textures will look really nice against the bits of sparkle that are on it. So what I do, I have to slow this down to show you. I start off with a long piece of ribbon like this, so similar length to what you've got in your pack, and I cross it over and cross it round. Just check how it's all looking. I'm happy with it, and the loops I'm happy with. These bits are hanging down. Then I get another piece of ribbon, like a much smaller piece of ribbon, this bit here, fold that across, bring it round, put it around the front of the ribbon, and then I'm going to tie it off. Get it quite tight. There we go. Bring these bits down so that they look more natural. And I'm probably actually going to use a little bit of wire to finish this off, because I think wire will mean that I'm not having to tie onto anything at the bottom. I'm going to just slot a piece of wire through the back, just through that knot that I've made at the back, and then wrap it around itself a couple of times just to secure it. And then I'm going to put that here onto the base. There's a ribbon on there now, and that's how it's looking. Really festive and quite understated as well, which I always think is quite nice. So yeah, hope you've managed to get on and finish yours. Take a few minutes if you haven't. If you want to change anything around or add in anything from your garden, or any bits of accessories or Christmas decorations that you like, or if you've got any little sparkly lights you want to add, then now's the time to do it before you hang it up. And that's mine finished. So thank you very much for listening, and if you have any questions, please post them below or drop me a quick message, or you can email me, and I'm happy obviously to come back to you and give you a bit of advice and to help you out.